everybody, welcome back to another episode of ICYMI. So today we have a really special smartphone to talk about, and it is the successor to the Mi 9T, which is the Mi 10T series. And what's even more interesting, that it is much more affordable than what we have expected. If you're an Astro Ultra Box user, you can now enjoy ultra high definition content on its platform. So if you want to learn more, you better keep watching. Mobile's GoPayz now supports contactless payment if you are using an Android device with NFC. However, it is only supported at merchant with UnionPay QuickPass. To use this feature, you have to enable NFC on your phone. On the home screen of GoPayz, just swipe Scan and Pay to the left and change it to Tap and Pay. You will then be required to enter your 6-digit Go PIN in order to proceed. But unfortunately, there is no option to enable fingerprint or face recognition for Tap and Pay. At the moment, the contactless payment feature doesn't seem to work well on Samsung devices with Samsung Pay. When you try to use Tap and Pay, GoPayz will ask you to change your default NFC payment app to GoPayz. And once that's done, we got a different error message that says failed to enroll. Since GoPayz uses a virtual prepaid card, it will be more ideal if they enable Samsung Pay support. Okay, now so let's move on to the Xiaomi Mi 10T, which is the successor to the very popular Xiaomi Mi 9T. So this time they have launched 3 smartphones in total. There's the Xiaomi Mi 10T, the Mi 10T Pro, as well as the Mi 10T Lite. But first, let's start out with the main duo, which is the Xiaomi Mi 10T and the Mi 10T Pro, and on paper, there's really not much difference between the two. Both devices are powered by a Snapdragon 865 5G processor, have the same 6.67-inch Full HD Plus display with a 144Hz refresh rate and a 5000 mAh battery. But the difference between the two is, of course, the camera setup. On the Mi 10T, you are getting a triple camera setup with a 64-megapixel main camera, a 30-megapixel ultra-wide-angle camera, and a 5-megapixel macro camera. But on the Mi 10T Pro, you'll be getting a 108-megapixel main camera instead. Now let's move on to the Xiaomi Mi 10T Lite, and this is also the first smartphone to be powered by Qualcomm's new Snapdragon 750G 5G processor. Besides that, there is also a quad camera setup, a 6.67-inch display with a refresh rate of 120Hz, and also a 4820 mAh battery. If you're interested, the Xiaomi Mi 10T series is coming to Malaysia on the 6th of October. And what's interesting is the price of the highest flagship model. Xiaomi has teased that the Xiaomi Mi 10T Pro with 8GB of RAM and 256GB of storage will be priced under 2,000 ringgit. Okay, so since Rory have covered this story extensively, right, let's ask him what he thinks about these smartphones. Okay, Rory, welcome to ICYMI.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yeah, okay, so what do you think about the Xiaomi Mi 10T? I know, is it worth it to buy? Because the Mi 10T Pro and the Mi 10T actually looks similar.
So like, which one is more worth?
Yeah, the specs quite similar.
Yeah, so that's like quite an interesting question, I think. But when it first launched, because they showed the Euro pricing, right, and it was like super expensive, I was like, wow, why so much more than 2,000 ringgit?
Okay, yeah.
And then I was like, oh no, like it seems like both of them would be bad options. But then after that, Xiaomi Malaysia revealed like the photo, which looks like the Mi 10T Pro, even the top spec one, would be under 2,000 ringgit. So that's like, okay, so even if it's like 1,999, right, that's still more than 1,000 ringgit off. So I think that's quite an interesting development. But if you ask me which one's more worth it, I think it's so close that it really depends on the price. So if the price gap between like the Pro and the non-Pro is like more than 300 or maybe 400 ringgit, then I'd probably say the normal one, the Mi 10T. Because the only thing you're losing out on is the camera, 64 megapixels instead of the 108 megapixel sensor. Now, if you're a big photographer, the 108 megapixel sensor, I think it's like Xiaomi's best sensor. It has like the highest rating. I think it's the same one as the one that's on the Note 10, the one with the DxO mark, that score that's really high lah, basically. So if you're really into smartphone photography, then yeah, probably that's the one that you want to get. But I think like 90% of people will be happy with the Mi 10T.
How about the Mi 10T Lite?
The Mi 10T Lite, that one's even more interesting for me because like if the discount for the Pro and obviously the T eventually is so big compared to the Euro pricing, the Mi 10T Lite in Europe launched, I think the base model is like 1.3k, like 1,300 ringgit. So if that is also significantly discounted, we could be seeing like a direct competition with the Poco X3 NFC.
How much is Poco X3?
That is like, I think it's 899 for the base model and 1099 for the top spec one. So if you're looking at the Poco X3 NFC, like if anyone's looking at Poco X3 NFC, I would wait and see how much the Mi 10T Lite would cost, and then you have even more options to decide. Because honestly, the Mi 10T Lite is like, it feels a lot like the Poco X3 NFC but with a slightly better processor. So I mean, if it's the same price, why not get the slightly better processor?
If you're traveling to Melaka, you'll be happy to know that Socar has expanded their car sharing service to the historical city. And as an introductory offer, Socar is offering 70 ringgit off for bookings in the city. And at the moment, there are 5 Socar zones in Melaka, which include Starbucks Malim Jaya, Tesco Melaka, Madam Selera Melaka Baru, Swan Garden Hotel Melaka, and also Dataran Pahlawan. Some of the vehicles available in Melaka include Toyota Vios, Perodua Myvi, Perodua Beza, and also Perodua Asia. You can also now enjoy your first ride for free by using this promo code SOMELAKA. This provides you with a 70 ringgit discount and it is applicable in the Melaka region only. It's valid until the 5th of October and for all cars except for Mini and also BMW. If you hate wasting time looking for parking, you can also choose Socar Plus Personal Driver Service, which starts from 70 ringgit per hour. You can also get 40% off of your first booking by using the promo code SOPLUS40. If you're an Astro Ultra Box user, you can now enjoy ultra high definition content on its platform. Astro is now expanding its 4K experience for Ultra Box customers, because it now provides video on demand content in 4K Ultra HD. This includes movies such as Charlie Angels and Rocketman, as well as a bunch of TV series that you might be interested in. The 4K Ultra HD video on demand content that's part of your subscription is accessible at no extra cost, and Astro will be increasing its catalogue on a monthly basis. Other video on demand content are still offered with a resolution of up to Full HD. To access the content, press on Home on your Astro remote and browse through the 4K Ultra HD video on demand selection on catch-up, movies, or box sets. You can also rent the 4K Ultra HD movies from the store for as low as 9 ringgit for 48 hours. You can also subscribe to Astro Best and First movies at 12 ringgit and 17 ringgit respectively. To enjoy the 4K Ultra HD VOD content on Astro Ultra Box, customer will require a compatible 4K TV with a HDCP 2.2 HDMI cable and a broadband speed of 30 megabits per second and above. And for the best experience, they recommend customers to take up the Astro and broadband bundle that starts from 99 ringgit per month. And as usual, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like this video if you liked it and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already, and also click on the notification bell icon so you'll stay updated to our future videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!